Hello and welcome to the first bonus lecture of this course. I'm giving this topics as a bonus because in some universities these questions are being asked as short answers. The topics are projections of lines and planes. Here, first we will cover the part 1, the projection of lines. Then I am going to deal with the projection of planes in the part 2 in this same video. This is going to be a somewhat lengthier video lecture, so bear with me please. So part 1, the projection of lines. So first thing is, what is a line? A line is formed by joining two points, say the two ends points. So in simple words, two points when joined will make a line. So in projection of lines, the location of the line will be given with respect to the end points and direction with respect to the reference planes, that is horizontal and vertical plane. This is similar to what we did in projection of solids, but here we will be going to have only a single line. So there are uh, orientations, possible orientations of line with respect to reference planes. They are line parallel to both the planes. That means a line will be parallel to both horizontal and vertical plane. In the next scenario, line may be perpendicular to one of the planes and it will be parallel to the other. And in the third case, line inclined to one plane and parallel to other. And in the fourth case, line inclined to both the planes. So we will see about these four cases one by one by doing some exercises. So here is your first exercise. Draw the projections of a line AB which is 100 mm long. It is parallel to both the planes. It is 50 mm above HP and 40 mm in front of VP. So first I will make some effort to understand this question. See that this is a line AB, which means one end is named A and the other end is named B. It is 100 mm in length. It is parallel to both the planes. This is the important point here. It is parallel to both the planes. It is 50 mm above HP and 40 mm in front of VP. So first we will see its explanation, then I will draw this in the drawing sheet. So here I have taken one line. Actually this is somewhat very thicker line. A line should be something like a straight line without any thickenings, but for explanation purpose I am taking this as a line, and you can see this. This is very thick, but for explanation part only I am taking this as a line. You have to imagine this as a line. Please be careful. This is just a line with ends A and B. So I think I am clear now. This might seems like a small cylinder, but it is a line. You have to imagine this as a line. For explanation purpose I am taking this as a line. So now uh, it's having the ends A and B as mentioned in the question. So it is placed parallel to both the planes. So we'll get our planes first, horizontal and vertical plane. Here this is our line. This is our line A, B. As you can see here, A and B. This is the horizontal plane and this is the vertical plane. As the line is parallel to horizontal plane, we have drawn this line in this manner. As you can see in the front view, see this is a straight line. This is a straight line which is parallel to the XY line of the horizontal plane, because it's parallel obviously. And in the top view you can see that this is the XY line and the line is again parallel to the vertical plane, and which is 40 mm in front of it. So we will take this distance as 40 and it is 50 mm above HP. So this distance would be, this distance will be 50 mm because it is 50 mm above HP. So finally you will have, this is going to be a front view, a simple line A and B, and top view will also be a line. I will first start by drawing the XY line. This is our XY line. So as I have said that the line AB is 50 mm above HP. So I have to take a distance of 50 mm above. Say this is the end A and this is the end B. And now its projections. It is 40 mm in front of VP. So you will get other line here. Now this is A dash and B dash. This is the front view of this line and this is the top view. You can just give the dimensions if you want. This is 50. This is 40. The length of the line is 100. So exercise number 1 is completed. Thank you. This is exercise number 2. Draw the projections of a line AB which is 100 mm long. It is perpendicular to the horizontal plane and parallel to the vertical plane. The end B of the line is 20 mm away from HP and the line is 20 mm in front of VP. So clearly it is a line with two ends A and B, 100 mm long. It is perpendicular to HP. So this is a case where the line is perpendicular to one plane and parallel to another. Here it is perpendicular to HP. Perpendicular to HP, as you know already, this means that the line will be directly standing vertically on the horizontal plane, but it would be say 20 mm above the HP because it is mentioned here, and it will be 20 mm in front of VP. So the most important thing to observe here, which I will explain also, that the front view will be a straight line and the top view will be a point. We will see the explanation part now. Now for this question it is mentioned that the line is perpendicular to the horizontal plane. Now you can see that this is parallel to the horizontal plane. So I will make this line first perpendicular to the horizontal plane. Now you observe that the line has become perpendicular to the horizontal plane. How can we say? Because this line is straight, vertically straight, and it is standing on the horizontal plane. But one thing to observe here, that the letter B has drawn below the horizontal plane, so I have to make that up here. Now I have made this perpendicular to the horizontal plane, and also if I view it from the front, wait a minute. So if I view it from the front, is this in pink color? This is going to be my horizontal plane. So the end B is 20 mm above the HP. So this gap here is 20 mm because it is mentioned in the question. And also if I view from the top view, this distance, so if I view from the top view, this blue line, this blue colored is vertical plane, and the line is 20 mm above from in front of VP. So this is going to be my 20 mm distance. So this is 20 mm. And the most important thing to observe here is that when you view the line from the top, when it is standing, you will not be able to visualize the whole line, and this will appear just as a dot. As we can see here, this is a line actually, but it's not visible. It is appearing as a dot only because it is directly perpendicular to the horizontal plane. So when I see it from the front, there is a straight vertical line with two ends A and B. But the same line, if I view from the above, if I see from the above, it's appearing as a dot. You can see that this is a circle, but actually if this is a line with no thickness, this is going to be a simple dot.
So first I will draw the xy line here. This is our xy line, and as we have seen that this 100 mm line is perpendicular to the HP. So we have seen that it will be a line, straight line in a vertical manner, and it is mentioned in the question that it is 20 mm away from the HP. So this is important first thing, and the line is 100 mm. So this is the end B, this is the end A, and as you know that, and also we have seen that the top view will be a point which will be 20 mm away from the VP. So this is going to be a top view which will be simply a point. This is A dash and B dash.
This is exercise number 3. Draw the projections of a line AB which is 100 mm long. It is perpendicular to vertical plane and parallel to horizontal plane. The end B of the line is 20 mm in front of vertical plane and the line is 20 mm above HP. So this is interesting. This is very similar to the previous question, but here it is being perpendicular to the vertical plane, not the horizontal plane, and it is parallel to horizontal plane. So as we did in the previous question, in this case the line will be horizontally. That means the front view will be a point and the top view will be a line. So we will see the explanation part now. Now this question is very similar to our previous question. The only difference here is that it is not perpendicular to the horizontal plane, but it is perpendicular to the vertical plane. So what we will mean by that? I will make this line AB perpendicular to the vertical plane first, then we will see the views. Now you see that I have made this line perpendicular to the vertical plane. This is looking very complicated here. Just wait a minute. So where is our line? Here is our line. See that there is no line. I have deleted the line. Now this is the line which is perpendicular to vertical plane. See, if I view it from the front, it will appear as a dot, and if I view it from the top, then I will be able to visualize the line. When you view it from the top, you see that it is 20 mm in front of VP, right? You see the gap between the vertical plane and the starting of this line, the point B, is given in the question as 20 mm. So while we draw the top view of this question, of this line, we will draw a straight line and we will take a distance 20 mm with the xy line. So now we will see how to draw this.
So I am drawing the xy line here. As this line is perpendicular to VP, we know that the top view will be a straight line, and the end of B is 20 mm away from the VP. So this is 20 mm distance. This is actually the point B, and the line is 100 mm. This is your line A, and I am taking the projection. It is 20 mm above HP. So from the xy line, 20 mm distance, this point This you can say A dash and B dash. You can give dimensions if you want here, and in the previous question also. Your exercise number 3 is completed. Thank you.
This is exercise number 4. Draw the projections of a line AB which is 100 mm long. It is inclined at 30 degree to the horizontal plane and parallel to the vertical plane. The end A is 20 mm above HP and 20 mm in front of VP. So this clearly there is a line of two ends A and B 100 mm long, and it is given an inclination angle with respect to the horizontal plane, and it is parallel to the vertical plane. So this is in a way simple question, but you have to understand the explanation part very carefully because the inclination is given. In this question, it is mentioned that the line is inclined to horizontal plane. So as we have seen, this is a line AB, this is vertical plane, this is horizontal plane. So one thing to observe here is the most important thing here is the angle. As I have mentioned, the current position of the line here is parallel to horizontal plane and parallel to vertical plane. As you can see in the front view, it's a straight line, and in the top view it is going to be a straight line also, but we have to tilt this with respect to the horizontal plane. So I will tilt this at an angle of 30 degree. So you see that I am making the angle with respect to the horizontal plane, that is why it is rotating in this fashion, and in any position of this is parallel to the vertical plane. I'm only changing the angle with respect to the horizontal plane. So let's say the angle 30 will belong here. So when we will view from the front, there will be a straight inclined line which will make an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal. This angle will be 30 degree in your drawing sheet. And if I view this same from the top, you see that there will be only a straight line. The end A is here and the end B is here, and we'll do the same in the drawing sheet.
So again, I will start with the XY line here. So this is your XY line. But here the angle is given with respect to the HP. Even then we will first assume that it is parallel to HP, as we did in projection of solid questions, the same thing. And the distance is the near end, that is A, is 20 mm over HP. So I am taking a distance of 20 mm and I am drawing a line of 100 mm. This say A dash and B dash, because this is not the actual answer. This is drawn with 2H pencil only. And now what we will do is, I will take an angle of 30 degree. This is the angle 30 degree. Now we can use our H pencil. Say this is the end A and this is the end B. This is the actual front view. And now we can project this front view to get the top view. Which is also 20 mm away in front of VP. So this will be your VP. See that say this ends as a suffix 1 and b suffix 1 because we have taken a dash and b dash for this line first. So this is the true length of the top view. In top view the length will get contracted, so it will not be 100 mm anymore, because if when we are viewing from the top view this length got increased because we have rotated this front view first, so we will get a top view of contracted length. You can drag this till this point if you want, but it's not required actually. We have our top view and front view. This was our exercise number 4. Thank you.
So this is question number 5. Draw the projections of a line AB which is 100 mm long. It is inclined at 30 degree to the VP and parallel to HP. The end A is 20 mm in front of VP and 20 mm above HP. This is very similar to the previous question, but the only thing is angle of the line is given with respect to the vertical plane but not the horizontal plane, and it is mentioned that it is parallel to the horizontal plane. So we'll see its explanation. Now this question is similar to the previous fourth question, but here the angle of inclination of the line is given with respect to the vertical plane. And from the previous question, this is a position from the previous question, the line is inclined to the horizontal plane. That is why it is looking inclined from with respect to the horizontal plane. But in this question, it is parallel to the horizontal plane in this fashion, but it is inclined to the vertical plane. So I will make the inclination angle with respect to the vertical plane. So I'll show you. Now you see that I am tilting with respect to the, you see that this is the vertical plane here, and I am tilting with respect to the horizontal plane. So let's say the angle it is making is 30 degrees. So I am tilting in this fashion, and you need to observe that in any case of this rotation, the line is going to be parallel to the horizontal plane because horizontal plane is below this line, and now I am rotating this. So let's say this is the 30-degree angle. So when I view it this from the top, I'll see a line which is inclined somewhat. So you finally you will draw this line in the xy line will be here, and you will draw a line inclined to this the top view. Front view will be a simple straight line. This will be a simple straight line.
So I will draw the top view first by assuming that it is parallel to the VP. So this is the 100 mm line at 20 mm distance from the XY line, which means that it is 20 mm distance from the VP. This point is A dash and this is B dash. Now the angle is 30 degree. So I am setting the drafter at 30 degree. Now by using H pencil, this is 100 mm. Say this point as A and this point as B. Our front view, our top view is completed. Now we will get the front view by projecting this line, and also it is 20 mm above HP. So 20 mm distance. I am projecting this line till the end, but we need only this point to this point. So I will darken this portion only. Write A1 and B1. So this was our exercise number 5. This is the front view and top view. Thank you.
This is question number 6. Draw the projections of a line AB which is 100 mm long. It is inclined at 45 degree to VP and 30 degree to HP. The end A is 20 mm in front of VP and 20 mm above HP. So the most important part to observe here is that it is inclined to both the planes, that it is inclined to VP as well as the HP. So you have to draw first, imagining that the line is parallel to both the planes. Then you have to make an angle with respect to either VP or HP. Then we have to make it inclined with the other plane. So we'll see the explanation part. This is going to be little bit complicated, but please concentrate. You will get this after completion of this exercise. Now this is a little bit trickier question, because the angle is given with respect to both the planes. This means the line is inclined to both the planes, and we have seen that the angles are, with respect to vertical plane it is 45 degree, and with respect to the horizontal plane it is 30 degree. And this is the position from the previous question, question number 5. The line was inclined to the vertical plane, that is why it is somewhat inclined to this vertical plane, and it is parallel to the horizontal plane. We have seen its top view and front view. But here for this question, that is question number 6, we have inclination with respect to both the planes. So first I will make some more inclination with respect to the vertical plane. Because it is mentioned, the angle as mentioned as 45 degree. So you see that I have make the angle of inclination of the line with respect to the vertical plane as 45 degree, which will be observed while we are viewing from the top. So we will draw this top view in this fashion. But as the angle is given with respect to the horizontal plane also, now I have to make the angle of inclination with respect to the horizontal plane also, which I will do now. Now you see that I am making it inclined with respect to the horizontal plane also. So this is looking like something like this, and you see that uh, there is no straight line whatsoever in the front view, top view, or in the side view. You see that this is the top view and this is the front view. And one more thing to observe here, the distance is the distance of point A is 20 mm in front of above HP and in front of VP. So this is the distance, and I will erase the planes to avoid the complications first, and I will show you. So for this question, this is going to be our front view, a line which is inclined to horizontal plane with 30 degree, and this is going to be our top view, the line inclined at 45 degree. So its position in the 3D space is something like this. We have to imagine like this, and accordingly we have to draw this in the drawing sheet. So one more time, it is inclined to both the planes. That means it is neither perpendicular nor parallel to both the planes. So we will draw its front view and top view now.
So I'll start with the XY line first here. As you can see here, I'm first assuming that it is parallel to both the planes. So this is a 100 mm line, and these are the projections. Again 20 mm in front of VP. So let's say this is A1, B1, and this is A1 dash and B1 dash. But here we know that it's not parallel. Actually, it is inclined at 30 degree to the HP. So I am first taking the angle of 30 degree inclination to the HP, and this is 100 mm. say this point as B2. Here observe that I am using 2H pencil again, but not the H pencil, because this is not the final answer. I'll tell you the reason why, and I will mention the angle 30 degree here. This is 45, because the angle with VP is given as 45 degree. This is again 100 mm. Say this point as B2 dash. Now here one important thing to note, that it is inclined to both the angles. So even then this is not the final answer. To get the final answer, what I will do is, I will draw a line here at the maximum point at 45 degree, and at this point also, after taking the maximum angle of 30 degrees. Now I will project this line towards this end, and from above this also I will project these lines. So now this will be your final answer. Say this as this end as B and this end as A, and after joining this point, this end as A dash and this end as B dash. This is our actual final answer. Sorry. This is so this is our actual final answer, and you see that this angle has been exceeded the 45 degree angle, and this angle has exceeded the 30 degree angle. These are called apparent angles, and even in the given question is 30 degree and 45 degree, it is going beyond that. So our final answer is this line and this line. This is the front view and this is the top view of this figure. Thank you.
So now we are done with the projection of lines. We will be dealing with projection of planes now. This is going to be part 2 of this lecture, projection of planes. So first thing, what is a plane? A plane is a two-dimensional figure having only length and breadth but no thickness. This is the most important point of this lecture. Plane. A plane is a two-dimensional figure. It is very different from the solids. Solids will have three dimensions, as we know it already: length, breadth and height. That means the thickness. But for a plane there will be no thickness. A plane can be circular, triangular, square, pentagonal or hexagonal. To understand the plane, let us just take an example of your ruler or scale with which you draw lines. It's similar to a rectangular plane because it's having negligible thickness. So here we will see the difference between a plane and solids by taking a example of cylinder, disc and a circle.
So as you can see here, there are three things on your screen right now. There is a cylinder here, this thing is called a disc, and this is our plane. Actually I wanted to explain you this. This is our plane. As I have said you that planes will not have any thickness or height. You can see here plane is simply a plane here, which is a normal circle here, and the other thing is a disc. You can see some height here and in the cylinder also. So when we view from this side, it will be clear. You see that now cylinder is looking like a rectangle and the disc is also looking like a rectangle, but here you can see the plane, which was a circle, it's now looking like a straight line only. Why? Because it's a plane. Plane means an object which doesn't have any thickness, or you can say height. For example, your paper, the books in which you write have the paper is kind of a plane only. So if you want to understand a circular plane, draw a circle in that plane and just cut it out from the paper. That is going to be your circular plane. So as you can see here, now this is our circular plane. So this is very important. Understanding of planes is very important, because when you go to it is possible in exams that the questions for plane will be asked. So when they are asked questions about planes, if you draw something related to solids, you will lose marks. So for this reason I am explaining you this. So see here, see, if you see from the front directly, it will look like a line. Here there is a white line here, and if you are looking from top, there is a plane. Now I'll just rotate this and I will show you. Wait a minute. See now. See here that I am rotating this plane. You can observe only one circle is being rotated. So if I make it inclined like this, you are seeing some shape like ellipse. You can observe this circle. So the point here I want to make is, the planes are very different from solids. They don't have any thickness. So, and coming back, this is our circular plane, this is a disc, and this is a cylinder. But in this lecture we are going to see more about plane. This is a circular plane. We will see more planes like pentagonal plane and all.
So when coming to the possible orientations of the plane with respect to the reference planes, don't get confused with the plane and the reference planes. Reference planes here are the horizontal plane and the vertical plane. The word only plane will indicate there is a object which is two-dimensional. The first case is plane parallel to one reference plane, horizontal and vertical plane, and it will be perpendicular to the other plane. So the next case, second case, the plane is perpendicular to both reference planes. It can also happen that a plane can be perpendicular to both the reference planes. The third case, plane inclined to one reference plane and it is being perpendicular to the other. The last case, the plane inclined to both the planes, both the reference planes. So we'll see some examples of planes, projection of planes now. So this is exercise number 7, because we did 6 questions on projection of lines. So this is question number 7. Draw the projections of a circle with 30 mm diameter. And the circle is parallel to vertical plane and perpendicular to horizontal plane. The center of the circle is 40 mm above HP and 25 mm in front of VP. So it is a case of a circle. It is just a circle with no thickness. It is just a plane, and the diameter of the circle is 30 mm. It is parallel to vertical plane. You can say that it is standing on the horizontal plane because it is perpendicular to the horizontal plane, and this distance from the HP and VP is given. So we will see the explanation part. After that I'll draw this in the drawing sheet so that you can understand it fully. So here we go. So here we have a circular plane. So as we have already seen, planes will have no thickness, that is very negligible thickness. So it will have a surface, only two surfaces, we can say this front surface and back surface, but this is a surface anyhow which will be similar, and this is going to have a center like the solid body. It will also have a center, but it will have uh, no axis of thickness because it's very thin, as I said, negligible thickness. This is your circle. So in a way it is very different from disc and cylinder, as we have seen already. So now we'll see our question part. So we have been given a circle, and it is said that it is going to be perpendicular to HP and parallel to VP. So what do you mean by that? Like if we have the axis, at least we can make the positions, but here for the planes we need to take the reference of the surface. So in this question it is mentioned that it is parallel to the vertical plane, so the position which it is lying is not parallel. So now you see that I'm going to make this parallel to the vertical plane. Now I have placed the circle according to the question. According to the question means it was mentioned that it is parallel to the vertical plane. So see here, the circle will appear as a circle itself when viewing from the front because it is parallel, directly parallel to the vertical plane. This can be observed in the top view also. You see that this XY line will be parallel to this circular line. That means when we are viewing from the top, there will be only one line. When viewed from the above, circle will become a straight line, as you can see here. And when you see it from the top, from the front, it will be a circle. When So this is going to be your final answer. When viewed from the front, this circle is appearing as a circle only, but when viewed from the top it will appear just as a line.
So as we have seen that the front view will be the front view is a circle. So I am taking the reference the axis line first here. The diameter of the circle is 30 mm, so radius would be 15. You know, so with radius 15 mm. This is a 38 mm diameter circle, and this actually is the front view of our figure. And it is mentioned that it is 40 mm above HP. So what I will do is I will now draw the XY line. I can have done this earlier also, but I prefer to draw the first this view, and it is 25 mm in front of VP. So I am taking a distance of 25 mm and I am drawing this one line here. These are the projections, and I will use H pencil here because I am naming this point, this side as A and this side as B, and this is A dash and B dash. This was our exercise number 7. It is very simple because for a plane there will be no thickness, as we have discussed. So the front view is a circle and the top view is simply a line, and this distance is 40 and this distance is 25.
This is question number 8. Draw the projections of polygons, square, pentagon, hexagon with side 30 mm. When the polygon is parallel to horizontal plane and perpendicular to vertical plane, It is parallel to horizontal plane and perpendicular to vertical plane. The center of polygon is 25 mm above HP and 40 mm in front of VP. Don't get confused. In this question, you have 3 bits. First, you have to draw the projections of a square, then pentagon, then hexagon. So we'll call this bit as 8A, 8B, and 8C. So you have to do 3 questions. You have to solve 3 questions in this single question. So we'll start with the explanation of these 3, square, pentagon, and hexagon. Then I will draw this 3 on the drawing sheets. Now in this question there are 3 bits, that is a square plane, a pentagonal plane, and hexagonal plane is given. So I'll show you about the square plane. So as mentioned in the question, you can see that I have a square, uh, which you can observe here. This is a square plane, uh, and as I've mentioned, every plane will have no thickness, only it will have 2 surfaces on both sides. So this is a square plane. So in the simplest of cases, you will see that from the top view the square will look like a square, and from the front view it will be just a line which so I'll show you by rotating with this plane. See that as the rotation angle increases, the square is being now it is a complete square. When I rotate it, now I am rotating it more, it is being contracted. Now at the angle, orthogonal angle, that is at 90 degrees, it will just appear as a straight line. Here the square is there, but it's not being visible to you. You can see these dots here, these are indicating there is a line of that square. So this will be going to be your top view, and a straight line will be going to be your front view. So similar to the square, and pentagon and hexagon will appear similar to this. Like there will be a pentagon in the top view, and there will be a straight line in the front view. Same with the hexagon. Front view will be a line and top view will be a hexagon. Now we will see how to draw these 3 figures one by one.
As this is parallel to HP, we will get the top view as a square, because first polygon I am taking as a square. So this is going to be our top view, which is a regular square figure with 4 sides equal. These are the diagonals to get the center point, and it is mentioned in the question that it is 40 mm in front of VP. For this reason I am taking XY line here. This is your XY line, and I am taking these projections to get the front view, which is 25 mm above HP. So this is our 25 mm, and this is the front view. Simply see that A, B, C, D, A dash and D dash will come here, and C dash and B dash will come here. So let's say this is exercise number 8A as completed. So this is just a pentagon. It is very similar to the previous square. So now the side is, let's say, it's given in the question as 30. So I am drawing first the side as 30 here. I will complete the pentagon. 72-degree angle. 72-degree angle. So it is 30. I'm using ruler here to not change the orientation of the drafter. Again 72 degree. So this is also 30. If we join this two, our pentagon is complete. Say this is A, B, C, D and E. I will try to get the center of this first. So this is its center point, and the reason why I am taking the center point here is it's given that it is 40 mm in front of VP center. So this is the center, and here is the 45. So this will become my XY line, and for the front view, I am projecting all these lines. And front view will be 25 mm above HP. So I'm marking a point here, and this line is simply your front view. And this point is A dash, this point is B dash, this point is E dash, this is D dash. So A, B, C, this is C, B dash, and this is E dash. So say this is 8B. Thank you. Team side to just draw the arcs. There you go. Draw the arcs. See, this is as A, B, C, D, E, F, and as mentioned in the question, the center is 40 mm in front of VP. So this will be, this is the center. This is our XY line. From VP, the distance is 40 mm. And it is 25 mm above the HP. So this line is your front view. This is A dash, E dash, this is B, sorry, this is E dash, F dash, this is B dash, E dash, this is C dash, D dash, till this point only. So this is exercise 8C.
So this is question number 9. This is question number 9. Draw the projections of a circle with 30 mm diameter. It is inclined at 45 degree to VP and perpendicular to HP. The center of the circle is 40 mm above HP and 25 mm in front of VP. So you see here that it is a circle 30 mm diameter, but it is inclined at 45 degree to VP and it is perpendicular to HP. So we will now see the explanation part of this. Here in this question it is mentioned that the circular plane is perpendicular to the horizontal plane, which is similar to the question which we have seen, that is question number 7. So now the position of the circular plane is in such a way that it is perpendicular to the horizontal plane and parallel to the vertical plane, because when you see it from this side, you see that this blue colored is a vertical plane, and this circular which is appearing as a line is going to be parallel with this plane. But the trick here, the most important thing here is that there is an angle which has been given with respect to the vertical plane. So I have to tilt this with respect to the vertical plane. Now you see that I am tilting this square circle with respect to the vertical plane, and in any case angle whichever I am making is being with the vertical plane. So I'll show you now. Just take this angle. Now this case is perpendicular to the horizontal plane. But when you view from the top, this square line which was a straight line earlier, now it's appearing at an inclination angle. And the front view will be very very interesting here. You see that there will be a circle, portion of a circle, but now it has been appearing, now it will appear as a ellipse. Yes, you see that.
So first we will assume that it is parallel to the VP and perpendicular to HP. So we'll get the front view as a circle. This is similar to the previous question, that is question number 7. Our front view will be a circle. And as it is mentioned, the center is 40 mm above HP. So this is 40 mm. And this is XY line. And it is 25 mm in front of VP. So this is 25 mm. So our assumption is finished now. Like when it is directly perpendicular to HP and parallel to VP, we'll get the front view circle and this line as is the top view as a straight line. But here we see that here in this question we see that it is inclined at 45 degree to the HP. So I will take any point here and I am taking an angle of 45 degree. So this length should be taken by measuring this, which would be 30. And I'm taking H pencil here. And to get the top view, we have to project lines from this. To get the front view, we have to project the lines from the front view as well as this top view. So we have divided the circle and we have projected these points as 1 dash 2 dash, and we have taken the same point by taking the compass, as you have seen, by taking these distances and cutting the arcs here. We need to take this same lines above, projections of these lines. It's looking like a little bit messy. Don't worry, it will all make sense in a moment. So now you have to match the points. This is the first point here, this is the 1 dash, so you will get 1 point here, and this is the second line and second point, 2 dash from here and 2 from here. Similarly 3 dash, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then here you have 8. So here 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So with free hand I can easily join this now to get the ellipse, which we have seen earlier, that if a circle is tilted at an angle, the view will be a ellipse. So this was our exercise number 9. This is the front view and top view. Thank you.
This is exercise number 10. Draw the projections of a regular hexagon with 30 mm side and it is perpendicular to VP. One of the edges is on HP and inclined at 40 degree to it. So this is a little bit trickier question, but not tough, because it's just a regular hexagon with 30 mm side. It is a two-dimensional figure, a hexagon. That's it. But it is perpendicular to the vertical plane and it is inclined at 40 degree to the VP. So make sure that you have to imagine this hexagon with inclination with respect to the horizontal plane. So we'll see the explanation part now, and after that I will do the exercise in the drawing sheet. Now in this question, hexagonal plane is given. Hexagon is given in simple terms, but it is given with an inclination angle with respect to the horizontal plane. Now as on your screen you see that this horizontal this hexagon is resting directly on the horizontal plane. So when I view when viewed from top, this will appear as a hexagon directly resting on the horizontal plane, but there is an angle of inclination which has been given. So you see that now I am making an angle with respect to the horizontal plane, and in any case of this rotation, this is going to be perpendicular to the vertical plane, because you see that whenever however I keep the hexagonal plane, from the front view it will appear as a square. Front view means from this side. So let us tilt this object in this position. Oh, sorry. So I have tilted this object. Now I'll delete the planes and extra lines, so that it will become easy for you to imagine. So now when we view it this hexagon from the top, it will appear as a hexagon itself, but you see that its length has been contracted, and when it is viewed from the front, there will be a only straight line. Make no mistake, there is a straight line which is being appearing from the front. So this is the position of this wait. This is the position of this hexagon with respect to the horizontal and vertical plane. It is being perpendicular to the vertical plane and it is inclined to the horizontal plane. So its top view will appear as a contracted hexagon and front view will appear as a line.
So we'll first assume that this hexagon is just lying on the horizontal plane and it is perpendicular to the VP. So to draw the hexagon first, drawing arcs. By joining these lines. So this completes our hexagon. It is not mentioned any distance from the VP as it is lying on the HP itself. So if this is the XY line, the front view will come on this XY line only. And I will name this as A, B, C, D, E, F. So this point becomes A dash and B dash, this as F dash and C dash, this as E dash and D dash. Now what I will do is I will tilt this line. I will tilt this line of 52 mm. I am getting this length as 52 mm from here to here, and the angle of which is given in the question as 40. So the angle is 40 and this length is 52. But now here you can observe that I will use the H pencil because this is the final front view of this figure, and I will mark these other points also at the center as we did in the previous question. This is A dash, B dash, F dash, C dash here, and E dash, D dash here. To get the top view, projections from the front view and this top view. So you can easily get that A to A, then B, B dash, C, C dash, E, E dash. In this fashion you will easily get a shape of contracted hexagon. This is the contracted hexagon. This is the final top view of our given figure. So this was our exercise number 10 of. Thank you.